right, day 7 on the 1st of 2025, and we're speaking about the kingdom and practical ways we're going to touch on today of how to live and affect the kingdom as ambassadors of Jesus Christ here on this earth. And one of those ways is by our words, that they are powerful and they really do affect us and our lives and others around us. And we'll start with a verse from Proverbs 18.
We've got 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. It's not specifying that it's good or bad fruit. So if you're speaking death, I guess you get death fruit. Speaking life, you get the good fruit.
Yeah, and how carelessly we speak, so we should be so careful about the words that come out of our mouth. And we all know that being positive, everyone would prefer to be around a positive person rather than a person who's negative. And there's heaps of verses about the power of words in the Bible and New Testament and Old Testament, and it just goes to show that the words that we speak, having authority here through Jesus Christ, really we do have power with our words. But even people who don't know Christ have power with the words they speak, and which is a scary thing because we speak so carelessly, and a lot of the time we default to negative talk, and that's just something that should not happen, especially within the church. But being human, it does, and it's something that we need to be on guard against, and to take every thought captive. And man, that's a hard thing to do, but it's, if we want life, we have to. Does it say choose life?
It says, not in my version,
not in that
but
version.
The fact that it's possible.
Yeah.
Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
There's another verse, I don't know where it is, but it says choose life. I don't even know if that's referring to words, but anyway, it's a choice whether we can choose to speak words of life and choose to speak words of death. I'll throw this verse in here, Matthew 12:33. Either make the tree good and its fruit good, or make the tree bad and its fruit bad, for the tree is known by its fruit. You brood of vipers, how can you speak good things when you are evil? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. The good person brings good things out of a good treasure, and the evil person brings evil things out of an evil treasure. I tell you, on the day of judgment you will have to give an account for every careless word you utter. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. So
yeah, they're very powerful.
So basically, it's up to us, what we get. We have a choice, it says. So you will be justified by your words, and by your words you will be condemned. So that's some pretty crazy, reality going on there.
Yeah, it's like Jesus is giving a commentary on the verse we read from Proverbs.
Yeah.
He's just explaining that death and life are your choice with what you say, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So if you've spoken those words of negativity, that's the fruit you're going to get.
Yeah, like even people would know this, apart from just anyone knows that if you're bullied, whether it's school or work or wherever, those words are very impactful. They impact you negatively, and it can really cause damage emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And even speaking, many people have had a traumatic experience from being told they're no good, or they're ugly or anything like that, even as a kid. And somehow it's like a seed planted, and it grows inside, and if it's not caught or cast out, it grows, and people believe that they are that way. They're no good, they're ugly, they're dumb, and it's like it's an evil seed being planted, and it produces fruit, and it's evil fruit, and it was words of death.
Yeah, and that was spoken by someone else to them or about them, but then they've taken that on as their own, and they've believed it and spoken it over themselves as well.
So if we're not aware that words are powerful, we're just going to not even think about it and just try and brush it off. But of course, those words cut deep. Like it's almost a physical wound. Some people really do struggle, emotionally and mentally from those words, and it doesn't. You can't see any physical change, when those words are spoken, but it cuts deep on a spiritual and emotional and spiritual level. And so I think practically for the kingdom, words are at our disposal, and they're at our choice whether we use them for good or we use them for evil. And we want to use words of good and life, and that's our goal as kingdom ambassadors. And practically, I think that is one way we can affect the kingdom for good, and also change the things around about us in our life and other people's lives. Speak words of life into them, encouraging them. When you get a word of encouragement, how much it really helps.
Yeah.
And then when someone puts you down, as we said before, it just really, really cuts deep.
But there are a lot of people have those memories from childhood of maybe there was a teacher or someone who believed in them and spoke words of encouragement over them.
Yeah.
Even the Bible is called the sword of the Spirit when it's being talked about in the armor of God. So the word of God is our sword. It's the thing we use to attack and to make headway.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess wrapping up, just we need to be careful of our words, but also be mindful that we can use them to affect positive change in our lives and the lives of others around about us, as ambassadors of the kingdom, and to live kingdom life more practically.
Yeah.
All right. There's plenty more verses about the words, and we'll continue looking into them as well on the other videos. All right.